Hello everyone, this is a Greyshot 117 here bringing you another Company of Heroes replay brought to you by Tanguyan? Tanguyan. I'm gonna call him Tang. In any case, Tang's made this 2v2 on Samolsky Winter. He's with Club Atletico Bonica Jr., so I'll just call him Club. Here's their ranks. And on the enemy team we have Bigotito, SSEZC4, alright. And Fran. Why can't people just have normal names? Looks like they have a small advantage on rank. But in case you want some replay for your own COH2 game, you can do so via my YouTube channel. Make sure you just submit it to my Gmail or my Facebook account, both located on my YouTube channel, both my Gmail and my Facebook. Plus, I want to thank my Patreon supporters like Leo, Tim, Sean, and Hercules. Thank you guys so much for your support. You guys rock. Seriously. They help make this. They help support me to make this content, which really does help. Very nice job getting that building, British infantry. Very, very good at pretty much annihilating stuff from just sheer firepower of those guns. Those rifles are extremely powerful, but the problem is they have to be in heavy cover for them to not only fire faster, but actually stand up against infantry. You know, especially good close range like Sturms. And they did a pretty good job. Unfortunately, Sturms got the advantage because of so much infantry along with an MG, but not bad. Not bad at all. So let's see. We have a Pioneer squad over here. Looks like they're trying to hold out. We have an MG over here. Nope. Probably would have been better if he got in the cover. Being out in the open is pretty bad. We have penal troops. So the Soviet guy went, instead for the support weapons, he went for special rifle. That gives him penals, which is actually growing in popularity a lot more at COH2. Most likely because of the satchel charge, which they've made it so not only these guys get PTRS rifles, but the satchel charge can stick to tanks. It's incredible. I've seen Panthers literally run in fear because they see one penal troop, because one satchel charge is enough to blow your engine. 3 is enough to kill any pretty much any tank in the game. So the fact that if you have a full, like, 3 squads, typically about, you know, full assault force of penals going out, you have to be extremely careful with armor, especially if you have like a King Tiger or a Yag and you're crippled. That's going to be an easy target for the allies. Speaking of which, let's jump to the Axis side, see how they're doing. You have a lot of MGs with Club. Let's see, Tang has, what do you have, Tang? Both squads that are trying to help grab mid, and supported by that MG, which is helping keep that penals back. Again, a satchel charge would be good for getting out of that building. One satchel would probably either reduce it halfway, if not more, and probably kill the squad inside. So yeah, that's probably what you need. Penal squad, not enough munitions to throw it. Don't know why they don't have enough munitions, but oh, that's why. They didn't go for their points. They're just focusing mid. That's a big no-no. I know it's like, oh, you want to do a decisive blow. That's fine, but especially against a team that has MGs, most likely you're not going to be able to really do the decisive blow unless you're really, really quick and can knock out that MG before it sets up. But this one did, so yeah, you're not going to. So right now, the Allies are doing a thing that you really shouldn't do. They should most likely be going for these points. That way you can get resources in COH2. If you don't know, you have to grab these resources so you can get more munitions, which allows special abilities for units such as, you know, better firepower, or, you know, the ability to immobilize armor or hurt armor with units, stuff like that. But right now, in the meantime, Tang's like, I'm just gonna go around with my Kubel and capture territory. He should probably capture the star so that way they can start reducing the victory points. Neither side has even captured a point, and we're 4 minutes into the game. That's how decisive this game is. Oh, okay, maybe not decisive, but I don't want to say. Well, okay, they finally captured mid, but that's how much I guess they just really don't care. Is probably a better statement. All right, Club went Jaeger armor. This could be good-ish if you could set up a elephant properly, sure. But there's a lot of buildings and cover. Maybe like right here would be okay, but the problem is if you back up on that ice and you get one shot, I've done this before, you can easily kill any tank on ice, so that could be a big no-no. Let's see, Grenadiers are pulling the front decently well along that MG. That MG, again, it hasn't really necessarily gotten a ton of kills because I think it has 1 kill, but I will say this, it's been holding mid for quite some time, and has armor-piercing rounds now, which I love. One of the best things in MG getting is armor-piercing rounds. It's amazing. Annihilates pretty much all infantry in the surrounding area. Nice rifle grenade. Did a little bit to that building and a little bit more to that MG. So that's pretty good. At least they're holding, or at least trying to hold this point. It's still one hell of a battle, and the Allies are starting to push in a different area now, but not so great. Pioneer squad versus Engineer squad, kind of even. Penal's coming in to really help. And looks like, yeah, they're like, hey, maybe we should grab the fuel. But the problem is they're grabbing this fuel, but it's not connected. So it's isolated, meaning they're not going to get that fuel. Which kind of sucks for them. Because right now, the Allies definitely need those resources right now. Ugh, things are not going well for them. Also, if we look here, the cap area doesn't extend over the ice. So you can see right now. So, just like over here, you can see it goes all the way around. Because it doesn't make sense. Why would you capture territory on ice? It doesn't connect very well. So even with this, it's still going to be cut off. Yeah, you can see here the front line goes around. One of the things I've been playing recently is Steel Division. I suck at it, I'm going to be honest, but I'm slowly getting better at it. And eventually, what I want to do... Oh, here we go. Here's a perfect example of a satchel charge. So as you can see, it sticks. But this guy was like, screw you. He was trying to chase down the Kubel to explode him as well. So like a suicide... It's essentially a suicide bomber, what he turned that guy into. But anyway, there's a replay system in Steel Division, and I'm possibly, once I get a grip of the systems, because I once thought, I do extensive research on a game to be like, okay, RTS game, what do I need to learn this game? So I may start doing something on that on my channel. Let me see what you guys think. Would you guys care for something like that? But in capacity. Bulk squad's opening fire, trying to flank around this MG. Looks like it did a pretty good job. Mortar team tried to set up, but alas, British came around the side. Very powerful with their rifles, but no cover, so they don't fire as great as with them in cover. I don't see... Okay, they have an MG here. Probably better if they got that bulk squad out to pop the MG in, because that bulk squad's not going to do much. Nice job grabbing the MG42 would probably help if you can escape with it. The bulk squads are concentrating fire, so it may die before it can escape. It should be fine, and it escaped. Very nice. The bridge set up a mortar pit, which is pretty good on the front line, although there's not really anything supporting it, so these bulk squads will be like, hey, we don't like this guy. Fire grenade, because they have incendiary grenades. They do a lot of damage reversing in fortifications. You can always put hard in it, but we'll see how well that goes. What did you just throw a satchel charge on? I think he just blew up that MG. Yeah, I'm going to say satchel that MG, judging by the remains of that unit. But, again, that's just me. But, let's see right now. Now, taking away breakthrough, this is good and bad. I like the heavy infantry that you can get from it. A Panzerfusilier is great long range, can really help counter British infantry to an extent. Brens are still extremely powerful, and if you get that extra mana squad, it really is. They're really quite powerful infantry. They go from some of the weakest infantry on defensive to one of the most aggressive, very powerful infantry. But that's if you get all the upgrades for them, which, again, is very costly. The problem with both of these is they both went very, very powerful, long-range tanks. And that is a big problem upon itself. Because they're both tank destroyers, very powerful tank destroyers. They have slight variations on how they fire and how their defense capabilities are, but they're still tank destroyers. And the fact you have both of them out, or both doctrines specified to that, could be bad. Now, again, they have all sorts of other abilities. You have recon, you have spotting, which could help out with these guys, and you have breakthrough, which is a nice artillery focus, and it's Stuka. But still, it's something to note that your doctrines are, to most extent, is good against anti-armor. Could have a negative impact, since I always like having variety, because I've seen a lot of games where they don't, and then they're like, why are we losing? It's because it's a hard counter that you guys don't have a doctrine count. Or doctrine variety to really do anything against. Now, Freyed went guard mortar. This is what I'm talking about, how it could be very bad to have a very powerful heavy tank. Every doctrine can be this different. Can have very powerful airstrikes, artillery strikes, infantry, whatever the case. This is more focused on heavier infantry, especially with the guards and the heavy mortars. Those are very, very strong infantry. The penals have really taken over for guards. I really haven't seen any guards since the penals have been released, which may be a good or bad thing depending on if you like guards or not, and if you actually prefer that you have a normal unit that has anti-tank weaponry in your Soviet facilities. But anyway, so what was I going with that? But yeah, so the T-30-45s on a direct confrontation can't fight, you know, at a big heavy tank destroyer. But here's the thing: you equipped it with the marked target, which is right here, that makes them again takes more damage. Holy mackerel, can a T-34 destroy a King Tiger or something heavier like that? I've seen just a T-34 wreck a Tiger with marked target, so it's very possible. Now, it looks like the Allies are putting a lot more pressure in mid. Looks like they captured more territory. Still have the fuel. Having captured this, kind of would like to see them push a little bit more to the left. Also, fuel your own damn unit or something. They are holding the right, and victory points-wise, the Axis are still winning mostly, but it looks like with the... Yeah, they're going to lose that. If it's getting low, just retreat. Don't fight a battle that you know you can't win. Or, no, actually, there's a better term. Don't fight a battle that has no purpose. That's a lot better. You can fight a battle you know you can't win if it does have a purpose. For example, you know artillery is going to come down. You know a bombing strike's coming in. You know armor's coming in for a flank. Something along those lines where it catches the enemy off guard. Because then they have a purpose. But if you just sacrifice your units for no reason, then you're not doing it. You're not doing yourself any favors. Seriously. British infantry trying to push up. Try to take some more spots. This map is also very weird how like the placements are for all the munitions points and the normal points. Very, yeah. So if I were the Allies, I would start capturing territory. If I were the Axis, I would see that the middle is right now the big focal point of them, and what I would do is actually kind of swing around to the right. And now you knocked out the mortar pit. That's cool from mortar fire. But I would kind of swing around, that way you could kind of stop, cut off this victory point, and then just isolate these guys. Because a lot of people don't like going on the ice, because it's very easy to murder a bunch of infantry on the ice. So that's something you do have to take note of. But that's just me. Now let's see, we have recon plane overhead so the Axis can see, of course, Allied units. Why you have the heavy mortar direct trying to capture a point, I don't understand. This is why when, like, people shout at me, like, send the MG to capture the victory point. I'm like, no, it's a freaking MG. It's like, that's a terrible idea. If I want to sacrifice a unit, sure, I'll do that. But most of the time, if you do that, it's a negative cover, it will be annihilated. Or at least frontline infantry are designed to, that way they can fight a battle. An MG is designed to support. It's not designed for front line. Can you attack with MGs? Yes. Was it my friend Earth is one of the most aggressive MG players I've ever seen in my life. But that's when the MG was faster placement, and also you could, and he was good with like 4. And he would like have diamond formation with them. It was incredibly annoying, but you can't do that with a single MG. And especially with the Soviet, which has bigger arc, but it has an MG-34 problem where it takes a while to suppress. So, and we look at army composition-wise, they're both about even. Neither side necessarily has a giant advantage over the other. But armor-wise, we can see here, the Axis have a ton of fuel. And you can see here, he's upgrading. I'm assuming he might be trying to build a Panzer headquarters eventually, or it might just jump up to get the Panzer IV, heavy Panzer Corps. Tang already has his building. I'm assuming he's saving up for either a Panther or the Yag. I would probably go with a Panther, honestly, because you don't necessarily want a big heavy tank without support. He may have enough infantry maybe to support it, but we shall see. Let's see, put the medical pretty close to the front line. Where's the... Oh, okay, so you put the headquarters next to the star and also this, munitions point. So you can actually keep that within your supply chain, which is very good. You can see the Allies have been gaining more and more territory. They've been pushing on the right and pushing on the left. After, like, a kind of, I'm going to be honest, a disgraceful front assault, they've been doing really good for the counter. So it's very nice to see that. Mortars opening fire. Again, they're inflicting heavy losses on the Axis forces. And we actually see that they're actually mortaring this HQ. That's pretty smart, again, because you know they're retreating there, so why not bomb the hell out of it and kill, let's say, a one-man squad, and then you kill the whole squad instead of them reinforcing. So we'll see how well that works. Frontline forces kind of pushing up. We have a Kenwofer still in that building, still surviving somehow. Also love how, again, you can put a a tank gun in a building. That's fantastic. Mortars, it looks like took some losses. Building another mortar emplacement. British, how are you doing? So you don't even have your next building open. Okay. Screw the mortar emplacement. Get some tanks. Because right now it's 15 minutes in game. We should be experiencing some type of armor. Which I'm assuming... Nope, Brian also doesn't have that. Okay, so I see a big issue right now for the Allies. The Allies have no... They have an anti-tank gun, sure, but they don't necessarily have a tank. And a tank, especially 15... At 10 minutes, is like a warning siren should go off for all CH2 players. They're like, hey, you know what? Just so you know, tanks will start appearing on the field right now. Not light armored vehicles, actual tanks. Because I can rush a T-34 out by 10 minutes. That is still possible. It's hard, but it's possible. Now, on the flip side, oh, you mean you could do that a little bit sooner with a light tank, like if you wanted to. But I mean like a full body, you know, frontline battle tank. Nice mortar hits. Also I love this being placed in yeah, it just instantly destroyed. Nice shot towards the camera. MG trying to hold out, but again we have the Sturms on the one side. Probably should flank around the side if I were them. Mortars coming in trying to blast this thing away. And also he has a half-track reinforce. Very smart idea. Again, just have that mobile and kind of reinforce your guys on the front. So keep your guys going. Your building's still alive. Took some losses, but overall at least you're holding that right side Tang. But yeah, so the reason I say that as well is because while these guys may eventually like... Okay, so they're now building it. You especially wanted to get those... Oh, what's the best way to describe it? The T-30-45s out, because those things they destroy with their 85mm guns. They do really well. Okay, you're charging that half track, probably not the best idea. I know it's like, oh, let's murder it, but you have so many other targets that can really hit. In the meantime, you can put this guy here, you can move these guys. Oh, here we go. Why did you retreat? You could throw a satchel. You have 173. Plus, you still have mortar fire opening fire on those guys. So, wait, I want to make sure. Let me make sure they have more. Yeah, they have mortar fire going in the 120s, which they're now 2 stars. So, oh boy, are they great. And will wreck weak infantry. The ultimate thing to do, by the way, is steal one of those 120s and use them against the Soviet player. Because Soviet infantry is natively weaker. They have more guys, but they have weaker health. So they can one-shot entire squads. It's beautiful. It's like the Axis have the same thing too. If you're an Axis, if you're an ally player and you steal a Panther, the Axis will literally the Axis will freak. Oh no, better yet, you steal a Tiger from an Axis player, and they'll just be like, okay, we're done. Because that's like the holy grail Axis unit, and you steal it from them, and they're like, God damn it. Okay, nice idea. You called in white phosphorus. No, it's white phosphorus. No, I'm sorry. Not white phosphorus. You don't have the upgrade for it. But you called in artillery here, which could help break up the ice and actually do a lot of damage for the Axis players over here. So not bad. Overall, resource-wise, it's sort of even. Fuel-wise, but munition-wise, it looks like the Axis have that advantage. And again, it's because they have the territory cut off, so the Allies aren't getting that. Which is pretty cool. Artillery is now coming in. Should help break the ice and cause a lot of issues for the Axis moving in. Grenadiers pushing up, trying to beat back these penals. And to be fair, they're in heavy cover. These guys are not. You should stay in heavy cover instead of jumping over it like Pike's charge in World War II, the Civil War. I'm sorry, Pickett's charge, not Pike. Pickett's charge. Yeah, look up the Battle of Gettysburg and Pickett's charge if you want a disastrous assault. Alright, so he's healing. He stole, looks like a 6-pounder, which is pretty good. Still a nice anti-tank gun. Also, we have a Panther on the field, so that's pretty good. We have a T-30-45 deployed, but we can look at army-wise. We can see here that he has a larger army than, wow. He has a larger army, well, I was going to say, than both players. And you have a Cromwell. So you have a Cromwell and a T-30-45 versus a Panther. If they tag team together, they could take on the Panther. Panther tag teams either one of them by themselves, or fights them by themselves, then it's, GG. Also, you can see here the Axis have been doing a pretty good job at retaking all this territory. They got mid back. They probably should recapture fuel. And do you still have this? I just want to say you've been sitting here the entire time with this universal carrier. You know that's actually a pretty good ability, right? All right. So let's see right now. We have Vanguard, we have Tactical Support, we have Special Weapons. I don't know which one you would pick out of those three, honestly. They're each different, but right now with your limited resources, none of them are exactly a great option. So T-30-45 and Cromwell just put on the left side. This would be the point in which you take. Okay, penal troops moving up. We'll see how well they do. 300 points remaining. See, the Axis are really... Oh my god! Oh! Anytime I see a vehicle on ice, I'm like, if only the enemy team knew, you could annihilate it. This is where being aggressive would actually probably help out. Oh, no, never mind. Oh, wait. No, it would. Throw, 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 throw. Why did you throw? What is that? Okay, I was going to say, did you freaking miss? Okay, he's going over the ice. Focus fire, focus fire. And he's going toward you and boom. Good. Panther coming down the flank. This is where T-30-45 can come in. And a goddamn, you know, your penal troops can come over. That was a good Panther kill, by the way. That was fantastic. I love how he used damned engine against him. Penal troops moving up using PTRS rifles. Not as good as guards, but still pretty good in their own right at holding back armor. And they don't have the button build. Nice AT shot on that Cromwell, knocked it out. But they killed a Panther, so that was a bigger victory. We saw some mines here. Nice minefield at least keep the enemy back and capturing these points. So a lot of damage, a lot of fighting. Oh shoot, he went too deep for Kenworth for an AT gun, getting some nice shots on that T-30-45. That was very cool. I love how this for Kenworth for the buildings. Like, yeah, we killed 2 tanks. What's up? Try to come in around it. Again, I think white phosphorus would have probably been like, in case you're wondering, the white phosphorus is airburst shells, which, oh, anyway, whatever. The airburst shells come in and they are extremely powerful against vehicles of blinding them and hurting them, and also very good at killing and destroying infantry and buildings. So whatever the case may be, called in here and it'll do a lot of damage. A lot of damage. Now, right now, that was the big Allied push. And while it was great they killed a Panther, they lost their 2 tanks in the as well, which is not equal. It's actually kind of a loss for the Allies. And they didn't really gain much territory in that assault, so they have to be very, very careful what they do right now. Honestly, judging by how the battlefield's shaping, it's very difficult because the right down's locked down and the left, it's very important you hold these key points. We'll see what happens. I think, honestly, the Allies are just lost this. Wow, nice Volk squads. Yeah, I think the Allies lost this to be completely fair. But I don't think it was necessary. Wow, nice minefield. I didn't even see it there. I'm like, oh, why is it exploding? Oh, minefield. Always look for those little skull and crossbones. Always watch out for them. Anyway, Volk squad sold, again, 4 and 5 stars, respectively. They just destroy infantry. Katyusha's being deployed. Yeah, that would have been probably good a while ago. Recon plane going out to try to identify key points of interest, which is not much. I mean, it's literally the enemy base where you really have to hit next. Very surprised you guys haven't taken fuel, but you're more concentrated to fight off against a concentrated allied force trying to push you back. Retreating, I don't necessarily know why you retreated so many guys. Probably would have won that fight, to be fair, with 4 squads versus 3. But that's just me. Maybe it was because of the mortars you wanted to pull back because they were in range. Don't know. Don't know, honestly. Panther on the left. We have a minefield going down. Wow, yeah, they put minefields everywhere. I love this guy for doing that. That's amazing. Brumbar going out also for infantry focus. Brumbar's great at blowing up fortifications and infantry blobs, which is probably exactly what the Axis are like, oh, we need that. I also love how he's just walking into that minefield. That's great. Yep, there's the Brumbar. Katusha on standby. Looks like it has 12 kills. I'm assuming it focused. Yeah, it did. It focused on the medical. And that's one big issue with the medical. It's literally a big freaking target being like, hit here to get kills. And most likely the enemy will get kills. Tang took some serious losses. It does have a ton of manpower to heal, so it's going to throw him out of the assault game for a little while he replenishes. Club, on the other hand, is a huge assault force and a good manpower cushion. So, yeah, okay, so he just got 14, so he can unlock the elephant. So yeah, he's going to be able to push up pretty damn well. Brumbar, again, is going to do a nice job hurting infantry in mid. Good hit overall, very good hit. It just, the Brumbar's front armor's like, nah, we don't like Piats. And again, oh, nice fire, just right on top of that MG. And they could try to fight this Brumbar, but it's not, they need some AT guns or something. The Brumbar's really, really good at just tearing apart infantry. So, maybe get some concentrated fire on those heavy mortars from afar, that could work. That could do a little bit of damage. Grenadiers coming on the flank, very nice. PTRS rifles coming in, or penal troops. The PTRS rifles probably be a better statement. Artillery's coming in, but not really gonna do much. They're just gonna walk away. Coming in with the penal troops, but again, it's a Brumbar. So while yes, they're very good against armor, if the Brumbar just keeps distance and just gets one good hit, they're done for. Now also we have the Volkswagen coming in, very good close range. There we go. Wow, nice artillery, friendly fire. All right, push. And again, if those infantry can't really push up, then this game is lost. When you can no longer make a dedicated assault against any position, you're in trouble. Now, Katusha knocked out a Volk squad, that's going to be helpful for them. And overall, the Allies are slowly getting their stuff back, but the problem is they don't have a lot of reserves. And also, what I'm looking here is they don't have a lot to get, like, a big heavy tank, and that's what they kind of need. Where's this plane? Oh, it's okay, it's in the sky. The Vanguard could be okay, but the problem is you're burning so many munitions off those artillery breaks that aren't really doing all that much. That I don't think it's going to be that helpful. Also, no real serious AT to hold this stuff off, or fight it off. So, yeah, I'm going to start fast forwarding, because I'm not seeing a huge... I'm not seeing a game changer here. Usually, I'm pretty good at identifying when we can win or lose in a game. I love how GTA will typically say, like, guys, this game's over. And I'm like, no. It's like, look at the game, look at all everything in the game. Do we have any player still doing good? Yes, we do. Alright, so we still have a chance. At this point, they don't have, like, a fallback point. They don't have someone still in it. And that's the biggest issue. They have, again, you can be like, oh, those Katyushas, but I guarantee right now those Panthers won't come in and be like, oh, Brumbar's coming in to kill the mortars, Panthers coming in. Katyusha's like, fuck me. Brumbar's wrecking shop. One good shot right here. Come on. Come on. Why would you throw a... Alright. I don't understand why you would throw that. But, you know, that's great. That's fantastic. And they surrendered. Well, I don't blame them for surrendering, as they literally just bombed themselves, so there's not much of a high point they could really... I mean, it's not like they had a good infantry assault group or something that's like, yeah, we can stay in the fight. No. The Axis just thoroughly screwed them. I think that big push in the beginning was a bad idea. I know it's like everyone tries to go for a city location, but I think actually covering the flanks and kind of just surrounding the enemy would have probably been a smarter move, honestly. And because especially they kept trying to constantly assault this area, and it didn't work. It just didn't. I mean, eventually they got a small foothold, but at the loss of everything else around them. So, and also some of the points they put up, like, I know you made a Boffer, but you didn't make a Boffer. You put another mortar thing over here, which again was a bad idea. the enemy had a lot of, stuff. And I understand it's like, oh, these mortars are so annoying. It's like, well, yeah. But if you really want to counter them, you have a Beaufort to protect against infantry, and then you bring up the 120s, and the 120s will do work. They'll push them back, I swear. But yeah, that's my biggest gripe with this game. Tang pretty good overall, and so is Club. Club got most damage and kills. Fran most damage and most kills on the allied team. Yeah, Fran was more concentrated and probably a better player. He's the reason why they actually lost armor. While you have Big Otito, which he was okay. He didn't really seem like he had a plan. His infantry tactics were all over the place. So I'm like, I don't get what he's trying to do right now. But yeah, that's game. I want to thank you guys for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed. Make sure you guys like and subscribe. This is Greyshot17. I'll see you guys next time.